Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Now, I want you to raise your hands if you grew up with a grandmother who used to keep money in the freezer, underneath the mattress, or even between bricks. If that was your grandmother, this is an episode you definitely want to watch. We're going to talk about demystifying banking, and that's something that's really, really good for us in our community. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break with Vanessa Reed with Comerica Banks. See you in just a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford, financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Frater Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Calling all Houston area job seekers, the Texas Women's Empowerment Foundation and UPS are teaming up for a community festival and job fair November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 8333 Sweetwater Lane. Live music, food trucks, and Thanksgiving giveaways make this a job fair you can't afford to miss. Vendors include UPS, Metro, Coca-Cola, HPD, HCC, Comerica Bank, Texas Workforce Solutions, the Houston Area Women's Center, and many more. Job seekers will meet potential employers face-to-face, with some getting hired on the spot. Many positions start at $35 an hour, so dress to impress and bring plenty of resumes. Let's get back to work, Houston. Meet us at 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's go, Houston.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. All right, Vanessa, now let's go really slow, okay?
Okay.
Let's talk about the younger generation. Now, I hate to be cliche, but you know, Whitney Houston said it best, the children are our future, right? So when talking to them, what are their thoughts about banking, especially with all of the online banks now? You have a lot of different, what are these little debit cards that, all this online stuff that I was never taught, and I'm sure you weren't. What are you saying to them?
So just the basics, just understanding money, understanding budgeting, savings, checking, and credit, in particular credit, as we've talked to our older students. That's the most important thing. We want them to start off with good footing, good information, and then we believe that that will promote successful financial stewards, people who will be responsible with their money and being intentional about how they set up their accounts.
Got it. Okay, now let me tell you something. I love to share stories. So I feel like growing up, our families, our communities always taught us budget, budget, budget. And you just said something, you said understanding money.
Yes.
But I feel like no one ever broke that down. No one ever, they just said budget your money. Well, what does that look like?
So I think too, one thing I often teach about is understanding money, but also understanding yourself and how you relate to money.
Ooh, okay, come on, let's give an example. Let's dive into that.
My story is, I always ask, who's a spender and who's a saver? It's very important to know who you are and how you relate to your money.
And don't lie to yourself.
Exactly.
Because you got to know what your habits are. Yes.
So by nature, I'm a spender. And I just said this to someone the other day, you know, I'll be glad when my finance or my pocketbook, as we would say in Louisiana, I'm sorry.
That's my pocketbook.
When my pocketbook catches up with my taste. But having that knowledge that my pocketbook just isn't there yet helps me to make better financial decisions. Because it's not just me now. I have a family, I have a husband, I have 2 children who are college-bound kids.
Okay.
And so understanding that means I can't go and buy a $300 or $400 purse.
You can, but would it be wise?
Would it be
That's
wise?
the thing.
So, you know, one of the things I ask myself is, if I'm buying this today, 1, is it gonna appreciate in value? 2, if I buy this today, do I have the same amount of cash to put in there? So if it's a purse, you know, we ladies love our purses. And so if I'm looking at a $300 bag, do I have $300
to put in the bag?
To put in the bag.
Absolutely.
So those kinds of questions, making them think about their financial decisions. So it's not that you can't have it. You might not be able to have it today. You know, should you budget or should you look for a cheaper option? And then at the end of the day, why are you needing this? Why are you buying this? Is it really that important?
I think one of the things, understanding money, one of my good friends, he helped me with this years and years ago, and he just simply said it. This was the best thing ever, Vanessa. He's like, pay yourself first. He's like, you're paying AT&T for your, you know, whatever you have. You're paying your electricity. Like, and I really thought about it. I am paying those people before I pay myself and put that in my savings. And I love to eat. I am a foodie. And I'm like, I'm paying all these people's bills, but not paying my own. So I think once I broke it down like that for myself, it truly, truly put things into perspective for me.
It does make a difference.
It does.
Even the idea of being a spender or a saver, just because you're a spender doesn't mean that, you know, you should get a bad rap. You know, but if you think about and you're intentional about your approach to spending, then you can make that work. And so one of the things I remember is being in the mall with my husband before we got married, and I'm looking at these dresses. I think I was like in Lord and Taylor somewhere. And so I looked at the dress and I said, it's not ready yet. Put it back. So my husband, after we get gone through all these different stores, he was like, well, you know, Vanessa, everything is not going to be $10. I said, if I wait long enough, it will.
Because what it's not today, it will be tomorrow.
Right, exactly. At some point. And if it's meant for me to have, it'll be in my size when I come back.
Oh, look at that.
At $10.
Now I'm at $10. Girl, you and the $10.
$10.
Vanessa, let's talk about cryptocurrency. So
Yes.
we're talking about the younger generation and getting them to understand money. Cryptocurrency, give me your thoughts as a bank. And how long have you been in the banking industry?
Oh gosh, more than 25 years.
Okay, forever. You mean ever?
Yeah.
So someone who's been in the banking industry forever, what are your thoughts about crypto?
So I'm a little bit on the fence because I don't understand it. And so, you know, as far as cryptocurrency, I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I'm saying understand it before you get into it. And so for me, it's I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with this. You know, how do I value it? I'm kind of leery of things that I can't see, feel, and touch. And so the fact that I can't just go to the bank and say I want to withdraw $30 off my cryptocurrency account, kind of, that's a little,
It does
got
something to you?
reservations about
Okay,
it.
okay.
And so, until I learn more, and I'm one of those people, I'm a information seeker. I have been since I was, growing up, since I was a little girl. One day I remembered an encounter I had with my uncle, and I think this really is what drew me to banking, was I asked him for a quarter. And this is my uncle. I mean, he looked like he was very prosperous. I didn't know, if he had money or not, but he always looked the part. And so when I asked him for the quarter, he said, "Girl, stop begging." And I was like, that is so mean. But you know what? It helped me because at that point, I made a decision that I wanted to understand money, and I wanted to understand how to make it work for me so that I could hold on to it longer. And now that I'm older, so that I can pass it on to the next generation.
I love what you said. I love that you did not necessarily denounce cryptocurrency, because not trying to be rude, but someone with your experience, you're like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
But you told your truth. I don't understand it. That ties into what you said earlier about understanding money. You need to understand crypto as well before you just jump on and do something, and then you're looking up like, what did I do?
Exactly.
Any programs that you guys do to educate the youth? Any specific programs?
So we actually have a kind of a program it's called Comerica Sense, and it's K through, it's actually cradle to the grave.
Did you say K as in kindergarten?
As in kindergarten.
Come on, babies.
Cradle to the grave. So we have a coloring book that sometimes we use. We have banks with the Comerica logo on it. I wish I had brought one. But we have all kinds of resources where our bankers, not only are we're funding these programs, but we actually put our money where our mouth is by bringing our bankers to the table to give information, serve as subject matter experts on all things financial, whether you want to be a small business owner, just general financial information. In particular, credit is a hot topic, regardless of whether it's personal or business finance.
I like the coloring book idea, kindergarten. So what is the coloring book teaching the kids?
It's teaching them just about basic money, what money is, how you can use money, the difference between needs and wants.
I love that. What a creative way to do something. Vanessa, our time is up. Thank you so much for coming into the studio. Can I get a coloring book?
Yes.
Am I too old?
No, you're not.
Because I still color. That's my therapeutic thing.
Listen, and coloring is coming back for adults. It's very
I love
relaxing.
it. Look, I go to Dollar Tree and get me. Anyway, let's.
I will get you a coloring book and a bank.
Thank you so much for coming into the studio. Greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Misti.
All righty, guys. I'll be right back right after this break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Call Calling all Houston area job seekers, the Texas Women's Empowerment Foundation and UPS are teaming up for a community festival and job fair November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 8333 Sweetwater Lane. Live music, food trucks, and Thanksgiving giveaways make this a job fair you can't afford to miss. Vendors include UPS, Metro, Coca-Cola, HPD, HCC, Comerica Bank, Texas Workforce Solutions, the Houston Area Women's Center, and many more. Job seekers will meet potential employers face-to-face, with some getting hired on the spot. Many positions start at $35 an hour, so dress to impress and bring plenty of resumes. Let's get back to work, Houston. Meet us at 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's go, Houston.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. So let's be clear. Did you grow up in a family where people did not trust the bank? You know, when you had Big Mama putting money under the mattress, and some even did it in the freezer. Well, today I am in the studio with Miss Vanessa Reed. She's with Comerica Bank, and we're going to talk about demystifying banking. Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I am well. All right, we
Good.
got to dive into this.
Good,
now, let me
good,
ask
good.
you. I know you're from New Orleans.
Yes.
Did you ever remember that when your grandmother would hide money, do things like that?
So actually, my grandmother, she was the bank of the family.
She was the bank of the family.
She had money hidden in many places. So if you ever ran short, just go ask Granny, and she would go in her secret places and get that money for you.
I was going to ask you, so did y'all have to cover your eyes, Vanessa, when she would go get the money?
No, but she did it in such a way, it was so discreet, you never knew where she was getting the money from.
Really?
So, I mean, but we knew she had it.
And you knew she had money. All right, Grandma.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about, so demystifying banking. What exactly does that mean?
So it just means, making sure that people have a clear understanding of what banks offer. I mean, in terms of not just putting your money, depositing your money, but also how to grow your money and grow it in a safe way.
Okay. So I don't feel like we know that a lot. A lot of times we just go and we just open up accounts, right? Have no idea. So what is the research? What is it that a consumer needs to do when deciding, okay, I need to get this account versus that account?
So first of all, if you're going into a bank, a brick and mortar establishment, you want to look for FDIC. I got
insured.
you. Sorry about
That's
that.
Okay. No.
It's early. I haven't had coffee. So FDIC insured. If you don't see that, run. And then I would say just understanding what the products and services are. I mean, to me, it's no different than going and picking out a cell phone. You want certain bells and whistles. You don't want a phone just for today, but you want a phone that's going to grow with you into the future.
Okay.
And so same thing with banking. Have that conversation with the banker. We want to build trusted relationships at the bank. We want to understand, what's your financial goal, and then we can recommend some products and services to help get you there. And I always say smarter than harder.
I love
want
that.
your money to work smarter than harder. So,
Okay, Vanessa, you just said something that really caught my attention. You said if you go to a bank and you don't see FDIC insured, because I can't lie to you, in my mind, aren't all banks FDIC insured? And that's probably one of the misconceptions.
Exactly.
And you just think that all of them have the same thing.
In particular, now that we have more online banking, banking on demand, where you're not going to an establishment. So you want to make sure that once you see that designation, it means that your deposits are insured up to $250,000 in any one account in your name.
Got it.
And I mention that because if you open up an account and it's you and your spouse, that means you could have $250,000 each deposited in that one account. You might want to separate it.
Got it. Okay. Let's talk about some other misconceptions. What are some of the things you see in the community that people have wrong about the banking industry?
So, I think for a lot of folks that think it's, they're trying to get us, separate us from our money because of the fees. So there are fees attached to some accounts, but then there are also accounts that you can sign up for that are either low fee or no fee. So if that's an issue, you want to keep more in your pocket than you're giving away. You look for those types of accounts or those types of companies that offer perks or offer benefits that are either no fee or low fee. So that in and of itself. So we're actually here to help. We want to help you grow your money. We want to help you grow generational wealth. I know from the standpoint I approach the community and education, it's not just about the money you have in your pocket today, but it's how do you grow it? How do you grow it smarter rather than harder?
Got it. So from your knowledge, when did we as a people, the Black community, when did we first start mistrusting banks? Do you remember?
I just think it's from the beginning. I mean, it's the same thing with the vaccine, the hesitancy. If you can't see it, feel it, touch it, then, is it really there? What are they doing with my money? And so the fact that, banks were established, we know that many things in this country that are established that we partake in weren't necessarily established with all communities in mind.
Right.
And so we're here, one, as a National External Affairs Manager for Comerica, I'm the face and the voice of the community to the bank. So when we're making decisions, I'm being asked, well, is this the right decision for all communities, but in particular communities of color or low to moderate income communities that, need us really the most.
I like what you said. You're the face and the voice for the community. So with that being said, Vanessa, how do you help change the mindset? How do you get people to trust you and say, hey, you know what? Because at the end of the day, let's be very clear. We all do business with people that we trust, that we like, right? You can sell something amazing, but if I don't like you, me personally, I'm not buying it.
Right.
So how do you get people to like and to really to gain a trust with you guys?
So I think it is about, having that relationship, building that relationship. So while I'm here and I'm talking about the things that the bank offers, in particular the bank that I'm employed by, I'm also building that connection with the people who look like me, who talk like me, and I'm breaking it down into terms that they can understand. But at the same time, it's twofold. I've got to take the same message from the people to our senior leaders. We actually have a national community development advisory council, and it's made up of nonprofit partners who educate us about the things that they're seeing. They're like the boots on the ground for us, and they also represent a voice for the community to the banks and vice versa, the banks in the community.
I love that. So what is something that you're seeing at the Black and the brown community? What's something that you see we need more of for sure?
I think just in general education, understanding the difference between needs and wants. That's basic. That's ground roots. If you don't have that basic understanding, then there's a potential that you might get yourself in trouble. Because just because I'm on set today didn't mean I needed to go out and get a new dress.
Correct.
So just those kinds of things. I think in particular, if I think about like the sporting or entertainment industry, lots of times, we get big contracts and we think, oh, I'm going to go buy a house, a car, sometimes 2 or 3 cars. Well, you can only drive 1 car at a time, and you can only live in 1 house at a time.
So you see that we have all these desires and we have a hard time defining the two. How do you help with that?
So just conversation, talks like this, finding out about people. People like to talk about themselves.
Yes.
And so I'm always that one, even if I'm at a table, I'm asking, who are you and what do you need?
That's a good question.
Exactly. And it's so open-ended, it can go anywhere.
I was going to say, can people easily identify what they need from your experience, or are they kind of struggling a little bit?
So I think sometimes they're struggling.
Okay.
And so when we have that kind of conversation, I try to really listen more than I speak, just to kind of take it all in. And as I'm taking it all in, I'm thinking about ways, well, how can I help this person, whether they're a customer or not?
Gotcha. Okay, we're going to take a really quick break, you and I, because we're going to talk about this younger generation. We're going to dive into some cryptocurrency. Talk about how that works with the banking system. All right, guys, so stay tuned. I am right here with Miss Vanessa Reed. We'll be right back right after this break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Calling all Houston area job seekers, the Texas Women's Empowerment Foundation and UPS are teaming up for a community festival and job fair November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 8333 Sweetwater Lane. Live music, food trucks, and Thanksgiving giveaways make this a job fair you can't afford to miss. Vendors include UPS, Metro, Coca-Cola, HPD, HCC, Comerica Bank, Texas Workforce Solutions, the Houston Area Women's Center, and many more. Job seekers will meet potential employers face-to-face, with some getting hired on the spot. Many positions start at $35 an hour, so dress to impress and bring plenty of resumes. Let's get back to work, Houston. Meet us at 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 8333 Sweetwater Lane, Saturday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's go, Houston.
Live Jazz on the Seawall returns Sunday, November 21st. Live Jazz on the Seawall in beautiful Galveston, Texas. Join smooth jazz superstars Paul Taylor and Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center at the San Luis Resort. Limited brunch reservations available before the show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Paul Taylor, Nick Coleon. Sunday, November 21st, San Luis Resort in Galveston. See you there.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. Did you enjoy that episode? And do you understand your money? So listen, when Vanessa said that, understanding your money, I was like, that's really good. And being honest with yourself, are you a spender or are you a saver? Now I have to tell you this really quick story. Your girl loves to eat. If you've been watching the show, you know that by now. It was a few years ago, and I remember going through my bank statement, and I spent exactly $543 eating out in 1 month. That was the moment that I knew, okay, Misti, honey, you have to do something differently because this is not working. I encourage you to do the same. Go through your bank statement and whatever your thing is, food, shopping, whatever. And if you can afford it, that's okay. But if you want to say, hey, I really want to put 300 of that 500 in my savings, I challenge you to do so. As always, make sure you are chatting with us. We love hearing from you guys. You guys stay in the DMs. I love it. So chat with us. Let us know what you think about the show at American Star TV on Instagram and or Facebook. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.